Oprah Winfrey from the Jericho Journal. And before you go to your rest eternal, I have heard a rumor. Is it so that to the promised land you'll never go? I need to ask you a question or two. From you, Moses, I need an exclusive interview.
Oprah, you are right. My wanderings are through, so I have time for the exclusive interview.
Begin from the beginning and tell it from the heart. How did you get to Mount Nebo? How did this journey start?
It happened down in Egypt. The Jewish slaves were in disgrace, and so my mother hid me. I was a basket case.
A basket case! A basket case! The Jewish slaves were in disgrace, and Moses was a basket case.
Hush, little Moses, and give us a smile. Mama's gonna put you in the Nile.
But later I was taken from the water and adopted by Pharaoh's daughter. I was raised in a palace so fine that you might say I had a lifestyle sublime. But while I grew up in that lovely home, the other Jews were worked to the bone.
Set us free. Pharaoh set us free. Pharaoh set us free today. Pharaoh set us free. Pharaoh set us free. Pharaoh set us free today.
One day I saw a really terrible scene. To a Jewish slave, an overseer was being mean. Because I took that Egyptian's life, I fled to Midian where I met Zipporah, my wife. But one day while tending my flock, I got a really terrible shock.
Tell us, Moses, tell us, Stu, what on earth happened to you?
So Oprah thought I was greatly concerned. With my wife and kids, to Egypt I returned.
Hi-ho, hi-ho, it's on to Egypt we go. The Pharaoh said, let's go and pray. Hi-ho, 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 it's off to Egypt we go. The Pharaoh said, let's go and pray. Hi-ho, 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 hi-ho.
Go down, Moses. Moses, I have a request. Tell me, please, what happens next?
Oprah, I'm not nearly through. Stay tuned for scene number 2.
Twinkle, twinkle, prophet star, we know exactly where you are, and we know that you've been blessed, and you're meeting Aaron in the wilderness. Twinkle, twinkle, prophet star, we know exactly where you are.
I'm excited to see Moses. It's been years and years that he has been living in unity, and my eyes are full of happy tears. Moses is not just my brother, he's always been my special friend. From now we'll be together side by side until the end.
La 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 la.
I'm excited to see Aaron. It's been years and years that I've been living in me and my eyes are full of happy tears. Aaron is not just my brother, he's always been my special friend.
Now we'll be together side by side until the end.
La 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 la.
Hi ho, it's on to Egypt we go. The Pharaoh said, let's go and pray. Hi ho, hi ho, hi ho, hi ho, hi ho. It's off to Egypt we go. The Pharaoh said, let's go and pray. Hi ho, hi ho, hi ho, hi ho, hi ho.
Go down, Moses. Go down, Moses. Go down, Moses. Way down in Egypt land, tell old Pharaoh, let my people go.
So Moses and Aaron go to the palace and tremble before the mighty Pharaoh.
Almighty Pharaoh, let my people go and pray.
Not a chance. Here in Egypt they must stay.
The Jewish people want to worship God.
Aaron, strike the Nile with your rod. Then the Nile River turned to blood.
Blood was everywhere, a mighty flood.
The water is putrid in the Nile. Our river too smells so vile.
The mercilessly played in Egypt.
But my heart is hardened and so I cannot let the people go.
Let my people go and pray.
No, in Egypt they must stay.
My people want to worship God.
Aaron, over the water, raise your rod. Then Aaron raised his big right hand.
And there were frogs all over the land.
The frogs are really very vile and have covered Egypt for quite a while.
The second pesky plague in Egypt land.
But my heart is hardened and so I cannot let the people go.
Let my people go.
my people go and pray.
No, in Egypt they must stay.
My people want to worship God.
Aaron, strike the earth with your rod.
Then came lice. Then came insects. Then came boils. Then came disease. Then came hail. Then came locusts. Then came darkness. Let our people go and pray.
No, in Egypt they must stay.
Our people really mean no harm.
Aaron, raise your mighty arm.
God will kill the Egyptian firstborn.
And the Egyptian people's hearts will be torn.
The loss of our firstborn is much too awful to mourn. My heart is heavy and so. Take your people now and go. Don't leave a single Hebrew behind. Go before I change my mind.
Our people go.
We're
free.
Egyptians sadly mourn the death of their firstborn.
God told us what to do. We put blood on the door of every Jew.
And so after a terrible night of dread, we saw that no Hebrew shower was there.
And now we have a sign from heaven to bake our bread without any leaven.
Our clothes are packed, our houses are sold, our neighbors paid us silver and gold.
Through happiness, joy, and tears, we will wander the desert for 40 years.
Wandering Jews are what will be after God parts the wide Red Sea.
So now we've got a wonderful notion. It's Shalom, y'all.
Yeah.
We're off to Goshen.
Hi-ho, it's off to pray we go.
It's time to say we're on our way.
Hi-ho, 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 it's off to pray we go. It's time to say we're on our way. Hi-ho, 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 hi-ho.
Twinkle, twinkle, prophet star, we know exactly where you are. We know you're in the wilderness of Zin. So let's see five begin to begin. Twinkle, twinkle, prophet star, we know exactly where you are.
It was the 15th day of the second month after leaving. The Egyptians were at home still grieving.
Where, oh, where is the promised land? Where, oh, where can it be? With honey and milk and clothes of pure silk, it's really a mystery to me. Where, oh, where is the promised land? Where, oh, where can it be? With honey and milk and clothes of pure silk, it's really a mystery.
At first, the people were full of hope. Maybe it was the hot desert air, but little by little, day by day, their hope turned to sad despair. Oprah, their complaining got to be out of sight. They kvetch all day and they whine all night.
Oi, oi, whine!
Why does the sun always shine? This dreadful desert air is doing a job on my hair.
Oi, oi, whine! Oi, oi, complain!
Why doesn't it ever rain? We're tired of quail and manna. Each night I dream of a banana.
Oi, oi, complain! Oi, rant and rave!
I'd rather be enslaved. I'm tired of being free. The Egyptian flesh burn are calling me.
Oi, rant and rave! Oi, oi, whine!
Why does the sun always shine? It would have been much wiser to pack a sun visor.
Oi, whine! Oi, oi, complain!
This trip is driving me insane. As I trudge mile after mile, I miss the cool, polluted Nile.
Oi, oi, complain! Oi, rant and rave!
I'd much rather be in my grave. All I see is dust and rock. I wish I had brought my sunblock.
Oi, rant and rave!
Poor Moses, poor Moses. Your people were without pity. I bet you wish you had stayed in dusty Cairo city.
I soothed them daily, but they didn't trust my words. They kept repeating, freedom's for the birds.
Tell me, Moses, tell me, do, what next happened to you?
Moses, we want cool water. Give us some water to drink. In Egypt we had water. This is terrible torture, we think.
We were better off in Egypt. This wilderness is the worst.
Why did you bring us here? For surely we will die of thirst.
Moses, go and take the elders to Mount Horeb. That's where I will be. From a rock you can bring forth water, a special gift from me.
So the rock yielded water, and the Amaleks came after us. During the battle, there were no complaints, no fuss. But after the battle was over, the people continued to complain. I got so tired of their whining. I found them an awful pain. So I prayed to you, Adonai, saying, I lift my eyes to you. Tell me, God, please tell me, what on earth should I do?
Something drastic must be done. These Hebrews are such fools. Come join me on Mount Sinai, and I'll dictate some new rules.
Hi-ho, it's on to Puerto Rico. It's time to say we're on our way. Hi-ho, 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 hi-ho. It's off to Puerto Rico. It's time to say we're on our way. Hi-ho, 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 hi-ho.
Moses, go and tell the Israelites in 3 days to make themselves pure. I'm going to give them a lovely gift, and they'll be my treasured people for sure.
All the Jews will be there as witness. The Jews of today and of the future too. The real events never seen before. What a great day to be a Jew. I will go up the mountaintop, and with God I'll spend 40 days and nights. There I'll write as God dictates, and then I'll descend from Mount Sinai's heights.
Moses, tell us, Stu, what on earth happened to you?
Tell me who's that right in Moses Revelator? Tell me who's that right in Moses Revelator? Tell me who's that right in Moses Revelator? Wrote the Torah day after day. First he wrote the book of Genesis, Exodus came next. Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, he wrote down
all of the Torah text.
Dime quién escribe, es Moisés quien escribe la Torah por 40 días. Primero fue el libro de Génesis, Éxodos después, Levíticos, Números, Deuteronomio.
Todo lo escribió Moisés.
Tell me who's that right in Moses Revelator? Tell me who's that right in Moses Revelator? Tell me who's that right in Moses Revelator? Wrote the Torah day after day. Wrote the Torah day after day. Wrote the Torah day after day.
You shall have no other gods but me. It's only right you must agree.
We do, 'tis true.
1 mighty, 2 mighty, 3 mighty mitzvot, 10 mighty mitzvot for all the Jews.
No graven images shall you make. You'll worship one God for goodness sake.
That will do, 'tis true.
1 mighty, 2 mighty, 3 mighty mitzvot, 10 mighty mitzvot for all the Jews.
You shall not lie or spiritually use
we know that we Jews are part of the greatest show on earth. La 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 la.
I'm writing what you say, God, but what is Aaron doing? I sense that down below, a problem is brewing. I have to go down because they're building a calf. I fear that deep inside, I am bursting with wrath. For 40 days, I've been writing and nothing to eat or drink. I think they have forgotten us both, God. What do you think?
We're broken! Down here we have missed Moses, for it's been many a day. He's been out of sight, out of mind, so to a calf we pray.
Oh Moses, please forgive me. I'm down on bended knee. At least the people stay united. On this you must agree.
I know you are my friend and brother, but I took one path, you another. I see you down on bended knees, but our worship must be as God decrees.
Moses, I know you're excited, but at least the Israelites stayed united. To be angry is easy, you should forgive him like a man. Show Aaron your heart and extend to him your hand.
And so for Moses my respect increased. He could tear as leader and die as priest. Moses is not just my brother, he's always been my special friend. From now we'll be together side by side until the end. La 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 la.
Oh dear God, what shall I do? I've seem to have broken the tablets in two.
Yes, breaking the tablets was rather sloppy, a careless thing to do. But come back up the mountain, and I'll make new ones for you.
Moses, brother Moses, we took the wrong path, but now we worship God now, not the golden calf. Moses, you're a mountain man.
Snap your hands and stamp your feet. Snap your fingers, you gotta keep the beat. Moses is the man. Moses is the man. Moses is the man. He's the real mountain man.
For 40 days and 40 nights, Moses was really out of sight.
Moses is the man. Moses is the man. Moses is the man. He's the real mountain man. Jump right up and spin about. Say yeah, yeah, and give it out a shout. Moses is the man. Moses is the man. Moses is the man. He's the real mountain man. Yay!
Moses, tell me, don't keep me in the dark. Are those the second tablets above each temple's ark?
40 more days and 40 more nights. Without food or water, I wrote the Torah on the heights. And when I descended, those Jewish fools agreed they did obey all of God's rules. Then God said that we needed a reason to quell and should build a tabernacle in which the Eternal could dwell.
Moses, tell the Israelites people that gifts to me they must bring. They could be any kind of gifts, a bracelet, a necklace, a ring.
I'll bring tanned ramskin and you'll bring crimson yarn.
Building a tabernacle is more fun than raising a barn.
I'll bring dolphin skin, you bring acacia wood.
This century is beginning to look pretty good.
I will bring the incense, you bring the oil.
It's fun putting up this tent. It's not like it's toil.
Let them build a sanctuary so I may have a home. I will be with them always, no matter how far they roam. I'll accept any offering from each person of each tribe, but the pattern of the tent must be just as I describe. It must be quite foldable, as it will travel far with you, and it will enter the promised land when your wanderings are through.
Now we're glad that we are free. Building is giving us unity. Now we're really on the right path. This is much better than a golden calf. Adonai, we won't deny. Adonai, we'll never deny. Now we're glad that we are free. Building is giving us unity. Now we're really on the right path. This is much better than a golden calf. Adonai, we won't deny. Adonai, we'll never deny.
And for 38 years of happiness, joy, and tears, we carried the tent, our backs were bent, but God was with us wherever we went.
Adonai, we won't deny. Adonai, we'll never deny.
My sister Miriam is old and frail, and sadly I think her health will fail. So she'll be with God very soon. She will die on the first new moon.
Yes, Moses, my good friend, the older generation is coming to its end.
At the beginning of our trip, when we saw the waters part, Miriam danced and sang a song from her heart. And when the Israelites built a calf of gold, Miriam did not join them, or so I've been told. The only time she rebelled against me was when God gave her leprosy. But through thick and through thin, a sister and a friend she's always been. Now for Miriam I am in mourning and full of pain. Once more the Israelites have begun to complain. The oi ran and rave. They don't know how to behave.
The wilderness of Zin is truly cursed, and we're all gonna die of thirst.
Why has Moses brought us to this place? To die here would be such a waste.
Here in Zin is a terrible drought.
Moses, strike the rock and make cool water come out.
Not only we, but our beasts will die.
Strike the rock, Moses. Give it a try.
There's no need to strike a rock. Moses' voice alone will make it unlock. And water will gush out for man and beast. And then you can celebrate, have a feast.
Just talking to the stone, just doing that alone? These are stiff-necked people, it's true, and they don't have a lot of faith in you. So I'll strike the stone as I think I oughter, like the last time we brought forth water.
Because you did not trust my command, Moses and Aaron will not enter the promised land. A new generation will lead the way. This is my decision. This is what I say.
Hi-ho, it's on to Puerto Rico. It's time to say we're on our way. Hi-ho, 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 hi-ho. It's off to Puerto Rico. It's time to say we're on our way. Hi-ho, 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 hi-ho.
Aaron will no longer travel with you. His wandering days are finally through. His son Eliezer will be the high priest. Now that Aaron's days have ceased.
The whole community knew Aaron's traveling days were through. And when Aaron breathed his last, the Israelites wailed till a month had passed.
Aaron lived till 123. He was a man of great dignity. No one loved him more than me. He was not just my brother, he was my special friend. Now my own time is waning and soon will end. My heart is sad and empty and as heavy as a stone. I've lost Aaron and Miriam. How can I go alone? Joshua will be my commander. He's also a special friend. The two of us will work together and he'll succeed me at the end.
Let every Israelite get over their awful fright. Take up their spears and begin to fight. And then off to Jericho. First we'll beat the Edomites, then kill all the Amalekites. We'll beat up on the Amorites, get tough with the Jebusites, mow down all the Moabites, and cancel the Canaanites. We'll occupy lands of the Midianites, and also those of the Perizzites.
And don't forget the Hittites.
To say nothing of the Hittites. Let every Israelite get over their awful fright. Take up their spears and begin to fight. And then off to Jericho.
Moses, I cannot understand why you can't go into the promised land. You're still so vigorous, so fit and trim. You stand erect, your eyes aren't dim.
Moses, come up on the mountain, come up and be with me. Moses, come up on the mountain, we'll be together for eternity.
But before I say farewell to the Israelites, I have more to tell. I want them to show some gratitude and not have a negative attitude. No more oi, rant, and rave. It's time for them to behave. No more doom, no more disaster. God alone is Israel's master. To God alone must the Israels pray. To God alone must they obey. The Torah is what makes Israel unique. The justice and holiness must Israel seek. When I'm sure they understand, then will God reach out with me an outstretched hand. And I'll go to Mount Nebo for my eternal rest, and I'll be with God I'll be blessed. From the beginning of my journey until its end, God has been my special friend, for I have been a prophet with special grace, and I have spoken to God face to face.